It is Sunday, the 15th of September 2019. I've just arrived in Bournemouth. It's for Lib Dem Autumn Conference. I have to say, though, that it might be autumn conference, but the sun is certainly shining on the Liberal Democrats.
Profession. But at the end of 2011, we, the then coalition government, launched graduate level apprenticeships. And at once, vocational education, climate catastrophe that is upon us, to tackle the mercurial challenge of cybersecurity.
Well, I missed the big debate of the day because I only got here to conference at about 3 o'clock. It took 6 hours to get down from Newcastle. And the big debate was about Europe. And basically, to sum that up, what the party has agreed is that we will fight the next election on a manifesto of revoking Article 50. And if we win a majority in the general election, that is what we will implement. So, slightly harder, tougher position than we've had previously, which is to support a referendum, or go into the general election supporting a referendum. If through all the cross-party working that we've had up to now, and in the next few weeks we don't get a referendum, then the general election manifesto will be vote Lib Dem and you're voting to revoke Article 50. It's coming up to about 7 o'clock in the evening, and the early evening fringe meetings are well underway. I went along to one and walked right through it, and everybody had already eaten the food. But I wasn't really looking for food because I'm actually going out for dinner with a whole bunch of candidates a bit later. So I am having a tonic, no gin in there, just plain tonic, because I've got an hour to kill before that dinner starts. One of the things I've noticed about this conference is that there are a huge number of people here I've never seen before, and the talk is of a record number of new members attending conference. And one of the other groups that I've noticed here is people that I haven't seen for a long time. So I think there's a lot of people who've not necessarily been coming to conference for the past few years, but used to go. And have started coming back again. So it is quite a busy conference, and as I say, an awful lot of people here I don't know, but it's good to see lots and lots of new faces and new members. It is Monday the 16th of September 2019. This is now my second day at conference, or the third day for conference overall, because obviously I missed the first day. Now sadly I was tied up with administration and doing emails and all sorts this morning, so I missed the debate on crime, and I've just realised I've gone and missed Chuka Amuna's speech as well. But this afternoon there is a key debate on the environment, and I'll definitely be attending that, and I'm also looking forward to Ed Davies' speech as well.
We need to provide the skills training and new opportunities for workers currently in the fossil fuel related industries. A just transition commission.
Right, I've come into the conference hall so that I can attend the debate on climate change.
Negotiating position to convince the international community to end the climate crisis together. Those opposing the motion say that there is no plan.
All those against? That is clearly lost. Can I see all those in favour of Amendment 2? All those against? That is clearly carried. To vote on the motion as a whole, all those in favour? All those against? That is overwhelmingly carried.
Conference, I don't know about you, when you knock on doors canvassing and people say, oh, you're all the same, it can be quite frustrating. At least Brexit has changed all that. Everyone now knows we are very different from Johnson's Conservatives and Corbyn's Labour. First, the Liberal Democrat deputy leader agrees with his leader. Democrats, when you lose a leadership election, the winner includes you in her team, and even promotes you. So I've been wondering where Jeremy Hunt is now, and how long he'll still have the Tory whip. Let's campaign and win to save our country.
Excellent speech by Ed Davey, going after Corbyn, going after Johnson, going after damage to the environment, going after Brexit. Yeah, I really feel fantastic after that speech. But I've left the conference hall now and I've popped back to the PCA stand where I've got my laptop because I'm going to get on with a bit more work. It's now coming up to about 7:30 in the evening and I've just spent the last hour in the LGBT plus fringe meeting. It was actually their AGM, but they're sort of still talking through the Constitution. So I've got a North East regional dinner at 7:30, just across the way from here, so that's what I'm off to now. After the dinner, went along to the Glee Club. Got to confess, it's not exactly my cup of tea. You can hear them all in the background, absolutely packed out in that room there. And well, they're having a good time, but as I say, not exactly my cup of tea, so I'm leaving them to it. And I'm going to head back to the hotel. It is Tuesday the 17th of September 2019. We are back in the conference centre. It's the last day of conference and this morning we shall be debating housing and railways, and there'll be a tribute to the late Paddy Ashdown, and watch that space because I don't think there'll be a dry eye in the House. But because it's the last day, it will be Jo Swinson's speech this afternoon and it will be her first as party leader.
Paddy and I mean, we were children when we met. We were children when we got married. We've been together for 60 years, would you believe? Man and boy, girl and old bag, which was a hell of a long time. And I miss him terribly.
Turned the chair around the wrong way, sat astride it, took his jacket off, and he was there ready to answer our questions and engage in some good debates with the next generation of the party. And that accessibility, that openness, those were hallmarks of Paddy.
Many tributes have been rightly paid to Paddy, not least in the wonderfully moving memorial service at Westminster Abbey last week. And in all the tributes that have been written and spoken, a couple of words keep cropping up, and they have today in the film and in Nick's speech just now: impatient and energetic.
This is the usual bit they do before the leader's speech this afternoon. Here we get the shot of the leader walking into the conference centre. This time they've changed it. It's leader and MPs walking on the beach, but this is for the midday news, and I'm going to try and get some photos.
Yeah, that would be like the opposite. Instead of
Okay, could you look? That's it, that's great, lovely, thank you.
Well, it's coming up to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Jo is due to speak in about 10 minutes, so I'm just finishing off a bit of video editing on the PCA stand, and then I'll be heading into the conference hall.
kept the torch of liberalism burning bright through troubled times. And I'm excited to welcome thousands of new members to our cause, flocking to the Liberal Democrats as the clear rallying point for a movement to create an open, fair, inclusive society. We are the last generation that can stop irreversible damage to our environment. At the next general election, voters will choose the kind of country we want to be. Insular, closed and selfish, or collaborative, open and generous. A politics of fear, hate and division, or one of respect, hope and inclusion. Liberal Democrats, we can build the broad, open, liberal movement our country needs. We can defeat nationalism and populism. We can change our politics, stop Brexit and win a brighter future.